Recently, FNAC Fur got released on July 18th this year, which at first is at the 9-year anniversary of this FNAF fan game franchise called Five Nights at Candy's, but it is also pretty close to the FNAF 10-year anniversary week countdown. Right now, the VIP interactive novel is released as I'm writing this script. If you have at least followed me 1 year earlier, you might have seen my videos about me building every FNAC location in Minecraft except FNAC 3's theater restaurant, and you can tell that I'm already quite fond of the Candies games. In any way, I'm gonna take you guys through this newly launched spin-off game of Candies, kind of like Emil's own version of FNAF World, but not really. Throughout my gameplay, I stumble upon multiple clues to the full release of the game, as this version is just a demo of the game. I also noticed some references from the previous FNAC games that, according to me, are pretty cool. Emil has stated that this game will have no connections to his other FNAC games, as it is largely considered as a spin-off game. At this point, I assume he means that the game has no impact on the lore from the previous game, and right now there isn't much of clues that can be linked to the FNAC lore as we see in this demo version. And since this is the case, I'm not only gonna do a game analysis of FNAC Fur, but also about FNAC 4. So start off with the eldest of which, FNAC 4, is a game that has been in the works since April 2018, which is 6 years by now. You can tell that the game is gonna be a big game, considering its long development. But along the way, Emil stated back in 2019 that he has almost done with the game, but had to restart since he wasn't happy with the most parts of the game. Development has taken a long time since he doesn't want to get burned out and has to do other stuff in his life, which I really appreciate. Alright, over to the game analysis, starting with FNAC 4. The first teaser we received was actually from his 2018 April Fool's video about Where is FNAC 4, which ends with a funtime Candy blowing a trumpet, as well as a teaser of a forgotten Candy silhouette. But it was on June 12th the same year when the actual first teaser of the game was launched, called Transmission, a video that seems to be a tape that informs the player to do his jobs, specifically telling us to not activate the animatronics. This quote can also be found in one of the FNAC 4 teasers. This type of message is similar to what we see in FNAF Sister Location, as this game is largely fan-based on Sister Location. Just like in Sister Location, we have received a series of jobs and have to possibly work with the animatronics, but this time without activating them. There isn't much to see except the dark hallway and the so-called forgotten candy. In the description, Emil states a game is being worked on. Please be patient and don't forget. Don't forget. This phrase is gonna keep coming back to the upcoming teasers as we go on. On August 31st, 2018, during his first official proper announcement of the game on the official FNAF subreddit, he stated that this game will have free roaming, which implies that we will be able to walk around in the location in the game just as we do in Sister Location. After his post, he released an image on Imgur of Forgotten Candy with a text reading, "I hope you didn't forget about me." After being interviewed by Darko in the FNAF show, he released another image on Imgur which takes place inside the same control room we will see on his livestream later on, with a black briefcase in front of us. During the end of his livestream, his computer got a virus, ironically, and once he opened the computer, his game started, now teasing the FNAC 4 game. The virus was just a side joke for him to reveal some parts of the upcoming game, and in this teaser we get to see what looks like to be a similar control module as we see in Sister Location, and in front of us is a door that might be the same door as we saw on the first FNAC 4 teaser called Transmission, except this time we're on the other side of the door. On April 3rd, 2019, he gave an update on the game's late release, and the post once again ends with the phrase, "Don't forget." After he released his remastered version of his first game, FNAC Remastered, back in August 14th, 2019, you could get access to Camera 13 during Custom Night. In the secret room, you can spot a poster of Forgotten Candy, and there is even a red text marked on the office calendar saying, "Don't forget." After completing the secret night null, we are greeted with another FNAC 4 teaser of Forgotten Candy. During the teaser, we can hear a man that is frustrated with his work and that his creation doesn't work and is lifeless. The teaser ends with Candy getting activated, and around the same time, he released an image on Imgur with the same Have Fun poster we saw on Camera 13, but in Robotics Corporation, but in higher quality, as well as a shadow of the Candy silhouette himself in the background. There was even 2 more teasers, with one containing Forgotten Candy in a similar pose as Candy did in the Night Null cutscene, as well well as an image of both Candy the cat and Forgotten Candy together in one picture. During his second update of the game, during his 5-year anniversary of the character Candy the cat, he said that Candy was going to be the main antagonist of the game since Rat has got his spotlight in the previous third game. There are also some new minigames in FNAC 4, and lastly, that the game is not meant to focus on Mary Schmidt's saga since her saga is finally over. It'll be especially focused on the Robotics Corporation, the company who owns the factory that made the FNAC animatronics. And once again, he leaves a final message with the phrase "Don't forget" for the 5th time. After creating the official Game Jolt game page for FNAC 4, he released his first post on the game page, and in it, he once again explains the game's late release, but it also ends with the phrase "Don't forget." During his second Game Jolt post of the game, he said that this game will have the largest cast of characters, with some from the previous game and some new ones as well. He also revealed that this game will focus on a completely new protagonist, not Mary Schmidt nor one related to her. The post ends with the phrase "Don't forget." During his post, when he explained that Candy was going to be launched on consoles, he once again ended his message with "Don't forget." After his post, he left a new teaser on the Game Jolt page for FNAC 4. The image contains Forgotten Candy along with the so-called mini candies. On March 22nd, after the release of the FNAF fan game Chase Animatronics, and since Emil was one of the game developers, there was an image that could be spotted of extra credits, and in the image contains the 3 mini candies. In one post, he made a quick update on the game, but the real interesting thing in this post was that the fat marker letters which formed the phrase "Don't forget." On April 1st, 2022, he released an April Fool's joke about the FNAC 4 trailer. Thanks, Emil. At least we received an image of what looks like to be the endoskeleton of Forgotten Candy in the thumbnail of the video. Anyways, during his post, the phrase "Don't forget" has been mentioned 9 times, and it's hard to call it a coincidence. But what does the phrase mean? Well, it is possibly at least connected to the character or characters, since this version of Candy is called Forgotten Candy. But why is he considered forgotten? It might be connected to the Camera 13 room in FNAC R, as the room is largely considered as a forgotten room. It is even mentioned as a non-special room by Phone Guy back in FNAC 1.
Probably noticed that there is an extra door in the second party room. It's really nothing special. It's like a storage room. We don't go in there much. Like, I haven't even been in there myself.
And with Forgotten Candy being on the poster inside this non-special room, it therefore makes sense to call him Forgotten. There are also some interesting connections that especially DevLeo, another YouTuber and FNAF theorist, found out when upon playing the FNAC 3 secret minigames. In one of the minigames, we play as Cat inside Robotics Corporation, and inside we get to see more of the layout of the factory. And according to DevLeo, one of the rooms looks similar to the control room we saw in Emil's teaser during his livestream. It is also speculated that the 4th game will take place between 1987 and 2007, between FNAC 1 and 2, since the factory only exists until FNAC 2. And I can prove that right, cause remember in FNAC 2 in the newspapers, the factory got shut down after an incident in 1993. And back in November 2019, Emil stated that the game will focus on something that's been relatively hidden inside Robotics Corporation. To me, it might be about the unknown incident that occurred inside the factory in 1993, since we don't know much about it. Over to the FNAC Fur teasers, starting on April 1st, 2022, quite recently, when Emil launched his fake trailer for FNAC 4. In it, he talks about how Candy the cat has to collect all of his fur while beating the boss dog. This story or plot will be the eventual theme that we might see or will see in FNAC 4. On July 24th, 2022, Emil held his latest livestream of his whole Security Breach playthrough. In the end of the livestream, we see the very true first teaser of FNAC Fur, a spin-off game of the FNAC games, and we are playing as Candy, trying to collect fur. The short teaser was released on his YouTube channel the day later. On February 10, 2023, the official game page for FNAC Fur was released on Game Jolt, and around that time, Emil released these cool teasers. He uploaded a post featuring some of the enemies from FNAC Fur, a new cast of characters, and on October 22nd, he posted a post about some new characters to the game page with an image of the character called Tilly the Cow, as well as some images containing the gameplay. The game's demo was officially released on July 18th, 2024 during FNAC's 9-year anniversary as I said earlier, and in it we get to see new characters that might be in FNAC 4 as well, such as Tilly the Cow, Hilary Hare and Beaverson. There are also some references to the previous FNAC 3 minigames, the first one being Cindy's Garden, when Cindy talks about how she is obsessed with flowers that minigame ages ago. This is no coincidence, the flowers in Cindy's room are the same as the ones we see in Cindy's Garden minigame. Even Old Candy's long tale about him defeating the boss dog is pretty much the tale of the whole gameplay through the FNAC 3 minigame called Candy's Adventure, whose graphics and sound effects are the inspiration for FNAC Fur after all. I guess that the last reference we'll get in the full release might be connected to the Fishing with Candy minigame. At least this is all we know so far, and I'm still excited for the full release of both FNAC Fur and 4. And leave a comment if there is more interesting stuffs about FNAC, share this video if you won't like it, and if not, even better, subscribe. But that's it for me, thanks for listening.